Who are the top wide receivers in fantasy football this year? Go ahead and rank them with me in the comments. Start off with tier one. Number one player in the wide receiver group this year is going to be Tyreek Hill to me. Start with the fact that he's gone 1,700 yards in back-to-back seasons. If he'd stayed healthy the entire year last year, I think we could have saw a 2,000-yard season. So that guy, that potential, the touchdown potential, everything, he's number one. Now, this is one of the hardest decisions here for me, and that's number two being CeeDee Lamb. The deciding factor here for him being number two was the fact that besides CeeDee Lamb, who else are they going to throw the football to? I mean, the rest of the team is a bunch of Landrys. You got CeeDee Smash Williams Lamb here. I mean, to me, the man had 1,700 yards. There's not a lot of other options there. I think he does it again. The debate came in here was I really think Ja'Marr Chase is going to have that breakout year, and hopefully he's eating his Wheaties. I think we just know CeeDee's going to get fed a little bit more than Ja'Marr. I mean, Ja'Marr has had a 1,400-yard season, but it's been 2 years. But with a fully healthy Burrow, a fully healthy Ja'Marr, I see him having a 1,600-yard, 13-touchdown type season. This is where I start to stray from public opinion, going with Amon-Ra St. Brown here at number 4. He was the 5th most targeted wide receiver last year. They throw him the ball nonstop. Basically, every metric is predicting the Lions to have a top 5 offense. Let's build that St. Brown Cathedral there at number 4. Let's fly on over to this Jet and probably the most controversial on this list here at number 5, Mr. Garrett Wilson. 4th most targeted wide receiver last year. He's had 2,000-yard seasons in a row with Matt Saracen and Zach Wilson throwing him the football. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers, the sky is the limit here. I think he can have 1,500 yards this season and up to 10 touchdowns. The talent there, the situation's right. I think he's going to cook. Now, if this was a matter of who's the best wide receiver in football, I mean, it's going to be Justin Jefferson. But with Sam Darnold back there, I don't trust this offense, especially come fantasy football playoff time. I'm worried that they're going to be shutting down the season around then. I mean, he's the best wide receiver in football. They're going to be targeting him. But if he doesn't hit the J Jettas onto another team, this offense is definitely capped. Now let's go to number 7 here, A.J. Brown. Yeah, he's had 2 back-to-back 1,400-yard seasons, which is really impressive. But I didn't like the way the Eagles ended last year. And not to mention, they are adding Saquon Barkley, who I think ends up taking away from his touches there. So A.J. Brown is moving down. Tier 3 is where everybody's getting nervous in this fantasy football draft. But I've got a guy I'm really liking here at number 8 and leading off my tier 3, which is Drake London. Since 2018, Kirk Cousins has had a top 10 wide receiver every year besides 1 year. The man knows how to feed his wide receiver ones. And Drake London, you might not have seen him before because he's on this Atlanta team that had to get rid of Desmond. But, he is a beast. He is that elite prospect that they've been looking for. Now that they've got the quarterback to prove it, go with Drake London here. I like him to have a top 10 fantasy football season. At number 9, we're going with Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua. Come on, fantasy football guys, let's draft him. Almost 1,500 yards in his rookie season. This Rams offense knows how to throw the football. I like Puka as an every week our wide receiver 1 start. But if you want to go with more upside, I'm taking Marvin Harrison Jr. here. As much as Kyler can concern me, I mean, he was able to feed D-Hop as that wide receiver 1 and really give him great fantasy numbers. And I think he can do that with Marvin Harrison Jr., who is maybe the best prospect we've seen since I was a wee little boy. Not to mention, who else is he going to throw the football to? Michael Wilson? I think a player who's being really overlooked this year is 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Yeah, he's had 2 straight years under 1,000 yards. He's been hurt. But only 2 years ago, he had 1,900 yards and 16 touchdowns. If we see a full, healthy season from Cup alongside Puka Nacua here, takes the pressure off him, and I think he ends up with at least 1,400 yards this year. Next tier here is Davante Adams, and this is tier 4. He's leading off tier 4 for me. He declined last year with 1,100 yards, but look at the quarterback play. I think with Gardner Minshew, who even him, he's not great, but I think he's an upgrade for Davante. A lot like the Justin Jefferson situation. I know the offense isn't great, but I think he's still a baller and going to get fed. Now, again, this number 13 spot is an upside pick here. So, Debo, if Ayuk is traded, they're going to make us say, damn, because he's getting a lot more touches. And I think that's the upside we're taking with him at number 13. If this offense and wide receiver group is his, the sky's the limit. Now, at 14, we got to go with Mr. Consistency, Mike Evans. I mean, you know what you're going to get from Mike Evans. He's probably not going to go for 1,600 yards and 20 touchdowns. His offense is just not explosive enough. But he's literally gone for 1,000 yards in 10 of his 10 seasons. So, you're going to get 1,000 yards from him and probably close to 10 touchdowns. Pretty consistent. Now, B. Randon Ayuk here. If he's on the 49ers still and they sign that contract extension, I'm swapping him in Debo's placement. But we don't know if he goes to a shitty offense, and that's the big key here. He has gotten better season by season. And, I think if he's on the 49ers offense, he cooks. If he's on another good offense, he's going to cook. But please let me know here. These are tiers 1 through 4. I will give you the rest of the tiers here later. But did want to drop these. And so go ahead and give me a comment if you think this list is wrong and what you'd fix. Follow Beat Your League for the Fantasy Football Championship.